Hi there, fiber friends. Welcome back to another Spinning Sara video. It's the end of Tour de Fleece. I know I did not give you guys a week 2 update, but I figured I would skip that and just give you guys a complete wrap up once the tour finished. So we're going to jump into that in just a minute. I did want to thank all of my channel members who will be right here or right here, wherever it fits best. They're awesome. They support me every month in producing these videos, and I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for your wonderful gifts. You are a blessing to me, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. All right, guys, let's jump in. And first, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what happened, and then I will pop up some stills in front of you to really get a good look at what I actually accomplished. So let's go. All right, guys, so as you can see, I have a nice little tray here of things that I did this 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It was a crazy whirlwind, but it was 3 weeks worth of spinning. So I guess first up, I will talk to you guys about, I'll try to kind of, I think, maybe try to do them in order of my goals video. So first up, I have my Turkish spin. And if you guys remember, this was a joy spin. It was from Alansi Fiber Arts. Fiber is still amazing. The spin has been going very well. When I went into Tour de Fleece, I had just completed the 3rd cop of my spins. So I have 3 little turtles sitting up on my shelf over there. And I really wanted to finish at least one of these turtle cups, but I don't know if you are keen-eyed or not, but I actually did 2. Yay! I actually switched to the ball wind-on for this, and that's because I didn't want to blow out my elbow. I kind of felt like after I did that 3rd cop, like the Sunday of Tour de Fleece, so Saturday and then Sunday, I finished that 3rd cop. I felt like it was getting really tired, and it kind of was like achy, and I was like, oh, this is not a good, this is a precursor of things to come. So I know personally that when I wind on with the God's Eye wind on, I hold my spindle really tight, and that like really, really tight pinching just absolutely destroys my elbow. But when I do the ball wind on, because it's so fast and I just kind of go like this and then I'm back to spinning, the faster changes, are immensely helpful for me, for not blowing my elbow out. I actually, because I was really curious, did a really, really, really long make. Like I stood up and I like went way above my head and did a make from here to the floor, and I'm 5'8", so that's probably six and some change foot long make that I made. And then I had my husband time me on how long it took for me to do a God's Eye wind on of that 6-foot make, and then how long it took me to do the ball wind on for that exact same 6-foot make. And it was pretty staggering, the difference. The God's Eye wind on for a 6-foot make took me 50 seconds, like right around 50 or 55 seconds to wind that whole make on. And then for the ball wind on, it took me 10 seconds. So because of the huge difference in time, and for me anyway, Tour de Fleece is all about speed, I switched to the ball wind on, and I started out on my tulip wood finch, and I did this one first, and this one I would say probably took me the first week, and then this second one on my lilac finch took me the second week, or the second and 3rd weeks. But I was really happy with that because if you guys remember, I just wanted to finish 1. So the fact that I finished 2 was like super blowing that goal out of the water. So I was really happy about that. The second thing that I think that I talked to you guys about was this spin. This is my Woodland Pixie 12 Days of Christmas spin. I am notorious for not finishing 12 days of Christmas spins, even remotely close to Christmas. Let's see. There are 3, 6. This is 10. There are 2 more colors left. I'm hoping to have this spin done by Christmas. It's not something that I'm actively working on. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna definitely do this right now. So yay, I finished this cup, and that is the entire goal that I set out to do. Yay, I finished that. If you guys will remember, I also had a braid from Inglenook Fibers that was going to go on my Lendrum Saxony, and that was like my big project for Tour de Fleece, and it was 5.5 ounces of a palindrome or a mirrored gradient, and I got that spun really quickly. If you guys remember the 1 week update video, that bobbin was really chonkers. It was already over the halfway mark. I was already going back to the other side of the gradient. This is that. It turned out beautifully. I am so super pleased with how this one turned out. It hasn't had a bath yet, so it's a little squirrely still, but it's gorgeous. I love it. It goes from a true blue, I guess, to a deep purple, and the colors lined up pretty perfectly. Any barber poling that exists is actually color on color. So it's like right here, there's 2 different shades of blue, but because they're both in the same family, it's not like hyper contrast barber poling, which I'm super happy about. So this was awesome. I haven't done yardage yet, but being that it was 360 wraps of my 2-yard nitty knotty, I'm hoping for some pretty decent yardage, at least 600, if not close to 7. So that's super fun, and I'm incredibly pleased with this one. I actually finished this the weekend of week 2 of the tour, and I actually used the last Monday of the tour to do a plying day. So I actually got this plied up on that challenge day. Also, if you guys will remember, I had that braid of honey from my May Greenwood Fiberworks subscription box. And what you guys didn't know was, or I guess you did actually, I spun half of that the week leading up to Tour de Fleece. I wanted to try the fiber base to see if I was going to like it or not. And the base was awesome. I was completely happy with it. So I saved the other half of this 2-ounce pigtail to spin on the first challenge day, which I did. I got that last ounce all taken care of, and it was actually an ounce. I know I was saying 3/4 of an ounce in my goals video, but it was actually an ounce. So I got that all done, and then on the second challenge day, I plied this. And this also turned out really nicely. And like I said, I'm gonna actually, after I talk to you about all this, I'm gonna drop stills in so you can see the finished ones. I'm really happy with the ply twist, and the shine on this particular yarn really makes that ply twist like pop and stand out. And so I'm thrilled with how this one turned out. I'm really excited to get to the actual lavendery colorway, the multicolored colorway from this box, because this base was absolutely beautiful. This was a bonus that I did. My very first Greenwood Fiberworks club box was tulips, and I spun the actual tulips colorway prior to the tour. And I will actually, I haven't shown you guys the finished product of that, but I will actually drop in a picture here. And I spun that braid prior to the tour and did a 2-ply, and I really didn't color manage at all. I just kind of let it go and do what it wanted to do. So this green pigtail was actually my test spin. It was I have a brand new wheel because my Lendrum Saxony was brand new and I wanted to try it. And so this green was called Leaf from Greenwood. This was my test spin for that wheel. It probably wasn't the best test spin because I did fight the fiber quite a bit. That particular fiber blend, I guess base, is Polworth and silk, and generally speaking, that is my favorite. I love Polworth and silk. However, this particular Polworth and silk is not a hyper blended Polworth and silk. And actually, I'm going to drop a picture here of the colorway Petal, which I still have yet to spin. And in it, you can see here how the silk is very streaky through this braid. And I fought tulips and I fought leaf tooth and nail. The silk in it was very, very long silk, and it did not want to draft with me at all. So I fought and fought and fought and fought and finally got through tulips, and I obviously got through leaf. But I will tell you guys, leaf I ended up taking to my drum carder and putting it through that a couple of times to get the silk clumps to break up and homogenize with the rest of the wool, because it was pretty tough for me. And usually like I said, I am most of my stash from other dyers is Polworth silk because it is my favorite. But because it's not hyper blended, it was a struggle for me. But I did do it. This is what I did also on challenge day number 2. It was my plying day. And so I took this pigtail, this 2 ounce of leaf, and got it plied up. Same twist as honey, but because honey is a completely different base, it looks better than this one does. This one is much more matte. It's way less shiny, and as such, the ply doesn't pop like it does on this honey base. All right, so that's all the spinning that I did. I felt like this was actually, I am telling you a fib. I did one more thing. Because I finished this so early and I still had a week to go basically, I started another spin on my Lendrum original double treadle, and I will pop a picture of the fiber here. This is a stock photo. It is not the actual fiber that I spun. However, it is the colorway that I spun. And here is the photo of my bobbin as it stands right now. That is how far I got through Sunday. And I haven't come back to it quite yet because I've been busy with other things. But I probably did an ounce on that over the last week, and I'm really, really pleased with that. That is Polworth silk, and it's the colorway Poison and Wine from Three Waters Farm, and it's been really good spin. I've spun this colorway before a long time ago, and I actually used that skein of yarn in a teacher present just before the pandemic. So when I used it, I was like, darn, I really liked that colorway and I needed to get another one. And so I went back to Marianne and was like, hey, I really need to buy this. And so I was able to get another braid, but on a different base this time. It was on Polworth silk, where the first one was on BFL. So yeah, that has been going really great. Marianne's fibers are always excellent, and I appreciate that there's so much consistency. I have a lot of her fiber that I need to get through. All right, so this is where I am going to leave you guys, and I am going to just do another photo montage of close-ups of all of my spins, and I will see you on the backside. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting me blab about my spins. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are interested, there are channel memberships available. The link to the channel memberships are in the description below. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. If you liked what you saw, leave me a comment and let me know. What do you think I should make with these yarns? Or are they just going to become yarn stash? I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you all for interacting with the videos. It really does help all of them. And until next time, guys, happy spinning.